Hello, Beth from Pearl Treasure Designs here with you for episode 5, Support Your Local NICU, Make and Take. There'll be links to the patterns in the description box. If it's a pattern that I happen to create, that will also be in the description box. Please watch to the end to help me out with watch hours, and there'll be an information page at the end of this video, so be sure to check that out. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like this content. Let's move into DIY number 1 coming up. DIY number 1, I am making a positioning octopus for the NICU babies. And I'm going to fast forward this. You get to see the magic circle and increasing in size for each row. And then it will decrease to make a circle, and then I will stuff it. But this is like watching paint dry. So we are going to move on into fast forward, and you will get to see how this takes shape as the video moves forward in time and space. So you can see that it will start to curl around the shape in just a few minutes here. So in between, thank God for fast forward. That's all I have to say. I did use a size 5 crochet needle with this, using your standard 3.5 ounce yarn. And I did get this, I love this yarn, at Hobby Lobby. I like it because it is soft and it is very, very caressing to newborn children. Their skins and their perceptions and their nerve endings are not quite developed. So it does take some of that pressure off of their little bodies. And so here you can start to see the shape take place, and it is starting to curl around, and it is still increasing in the diameter. And then once we reach the thickness of the diameter, I will go ahead and continue that around for 4 to 5 rows and then start decreasing. And you'll get to see that in just a second here because of the speed of the video. So there we go. And you get to see that it looks like more like a cup right now. And I am starting to decrease in that. And counting the stitches for this one is really important so that it takes on the circular shape instead of something that is oblong or misshapen. So I stopped and would count very often and for that to make sure that I was on target with that. I haven't really tried to use spacers or anything like that. Now here I am using, again, that size 5 needle, and I'm making the octopi tentacles. And literally this is a stitch, chain stitch of 25. And I double crochet 3 in each chain stitch to cause it to curl. And so you're getting to see how that starts to look. And now we're going into, you'll see that in the final reveal. And here's DIY number 2. This is what some people will call a worry worm, but this can be used for NICU babies in their hands or under their knees or elbows to help position them because they are so tiny. And or this can be a great little soothing tool for family members and or young siblings. So don't just count this off for just NICU. The families are in as much need for support as the little babies are. So thank you for that. And you'll get to see the final result in just a minute here. but you will see the final result in the reveal at the very end of my video. And you'll see my lovely support dog sitting next to me. He doesn't go far without me. So here we are going into DIY number 3. I chose to make a preemie garment or gown. This can be, sometimes it's a happy time, and sometimes, there is a need to have to cover the child, to say goodbyes to parents and things like that. And you want something that is going to be very nice for them, because that is something that they would be able to take home with them. So I just keep that in mind, and I try to stay with neutral colors as I'm making these. So this particular gown is for a preemie, and I make it open in the back, so it's easy on, easy off, and it does not have a lot of pressure on the skin or the extremities. Okay, and it is very pretty to look at when it is on the preemies. So we want to really look at the size. It's about the size of something that's a little bit bigger than a doll dress, and I typically use the size of my hand to basically size it to see if it's wide enough or long enough. And this particular yarn can be used for both boys and girls. Okay, and I am going to cut this to the very end, and that way you will get to see the final reveal. Again, this is kind of like watching paint dry, but it is a great time for relaxing if you like to crochet like I do. I usually do it in the evening. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'm going to let this play out, and you'll get to see the final reveal at the very end. I have a special place for NICU babies since my twin sister and I are still alive due to the extra special care given at delivery to save our very small and fragile lives. In my area, I've asked for information about the specific needs of this particular unit in order that I may be helpful to the caregivers at this unit. Please don't just show up with 100 snuggles to your local unit unless they request it. Ask a NICU nurse and what they need and what would be beneficial or helpful to them. I have an advantage. My twin sister is a labor and delivery nurse and works very closely with NICU. If the NICU can't use the items, care packages for new families is also a way to support your NICU babies by supporting their families. Now, for spiritual support, please contact Pastor Beth Kelley on Facebook Messenger or PastorBethKelley@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.